Hello friends, welcome back. This is Dawn and I'm here today with a live replay. So this is the Lemon Blossom Crest product suite that I released with Pinkfresh Studio last month. So there's a stamp, a press plate, a stencil, and a die available for this. I started off first by stamping this in Rocky Slope. Sometimes I do like to stamp more detailed or delicate lined images in a lighter ink like browns or grays. Sometimes I find that black can get very heavy if you've got a lot of detail like this image does. And I'm going to apologize in advance for the quality here and there. Again, this is an edit of a live that I did on Facebook, so we are at the mercy of the streaming quality, but it's not bad and we'll get through it, right? Only a couple little spots does it get a little blurry. But I've started off with purple here on the bow. I'm using wisteria in this case. I'm putting down a light layer and then I'm going to come in with a smaller blending brush. This is the 1/4 inch blending brush and opulence, and I'm adding a little bit of contrast in the areas where the ribbon is turning. So this is just going to give some depth. So you can see here that I've added that darker color at each end of the ribbon segments here, and that's going to create that 3D illusion. I do the entire stencil this way using that wisteria and opulence, and then I repeated that with stencil number 2 to complete the ribbon. Now stencil number 3 is the actual crest. I'm going to do that last, so I've put it to the side. I grabbed stencil number 4, and this is the base of the lemons. I'm filling that in with sunshine, and I'm just doing a light layer around all of the lemons. And then I'm going to come in with a smaller brush and clementine, I believe it is. Nope, marigold. So I'm going to come in with that 1/4 inch brush and marigold and add just a little bit of depth to some of the areas of the lemons that would be underneath the leaves or the flowers or even the ribbon itself. So you can see here, it's just adding that little bit of depth. Now for stencil 5, which are the leaves, instead of using 2 colors, I just went with 1. So I chose olive here. I put a very light layer down, and then I came in with the 1/4 inch brush and just added some deeper, darker spots at the ends of the leaves. Because olive is such a deep color, we have a broader range of light to dark, so we can use that 1 ink color. Now for the flower layer, I used warm buff just to add a little bit of color. The flowers for lemon blossoms are white, so I just wanted a little bit of warmth. So we're going to do that crest last. Before I do that, I want to deepen up some of these colors, so I laid the stencils back down and added a little bit more depth wherever I thought they could just use a little oomph, just a little pop. And it's such a small thing, but it does make a big difference. And I repeated that with any area that I thought could use a little more depth. Now for the crest, we're going to do some heat embossing. I wanted to add a gold heat embossed frame here. So I'm going to grab the paper pouncers. I believe you can still find these. If I will link them below if I can still find them. These were from Picket Fence. So I'll check and see if they're still available. Otherwise, you could use a makeup sponge. If you have a makeup sponge, that'll work perfectly as well. So I'm going to grab my Versamark. I'm going to use this paper pouncer, and we're going to pounce that Versamark through the stencil. Now, embossing ink is sticky, so it'll drag. That's why you don't want to use a blending brush, but any kind of sponge like this, any soft sponge is perfect for applying the embossing ink through the stencil. All right, then we're just going to go ahead and apply our gold embossing powder, shake off the excess, and then use our heat tool to melt it. You know the drill. Never gets old. So here we have our heat embossed crest. I then used the coordinating die, taped that in place, ran that through my die cut machine. And then I cut it 2 more times just from white cardstock. Now that center piece for one of them, I'm going to keep that. So I'm going to make sure that when I take that out, I don't bend any of the little delicate pieces. I'm going to set that off to the side, and then I'm going to stack these all 3 together. I'm going to glue the 2 blanks together and then glue those behind the colored crest. This is just going to give it some stability, give it more of a chipboard-like appearance. And then we're going to start working on the background. And for that, I chose one of my personal favorites, the Trellis cover plate die. I use this all the time. I can't recommend it enough. Instead of die cutting it today, though, I did some dry embossing. So I've got my Spellbinders Platinum multi-purpose platform here. I've got the A plate, which is the platform base, the B plate, which is the platform top, the die face up and then your cardstock. Now I do need to tape this in place because I'm using the entire background. I need it centered. So I'm going to go ahead and center this up. I'm going to use some low tack tape, tape it in place. This will keep it from moving or shifting. And then I'm going to flip that over. I'm going to add the E, the embossing mat, and then the D plate, the adapter plate. So again, it's A, B, die face up, cardstock, E, and then D, and then run that through my Platinum 6. And then you'll see here how beautiful that impression is. It's actually really deep. It's almost the same effect as a 3D embossing folder, but with your dies. So here you go, absolutely gorgeous. So this is going to be my background. I'm going to put that Lemon Blossom Crest centered right there on the front. And then this is a little bit busy. I want my sentiment to really stand out. So I'm going to reinsert that, that center piece here. And because we stacked the crest with the blanks behind it, it's going to be raised up a little bit and that center area is going to be recessed. So let's go ahead and work on the sentiment. Now the sentiments in this set are beautiful. I love the font combination and several of them are sized to fit perfectly within the crest area there, in that opening. So you can see here, like this one fits perfect, the year kind of stays with me. Everything is arranged and sized to fit within that crest area. But then there's also larger ones that have that script font combined with it that I absolutely adore. So I'm going to use the Sending Bright Thoughts here. And just like the gold heat embossing for the crest, we're going to gold heat emboss the sentiment here. So I went ahead, stamped that with Versamark ink, added the gold embossing powder, shake off the excess, melt it with the heat tool, and then use the coordinating die to die cut that. Just like I did with the crest, I went ahead and cut a couple of blanks and glued those to the back of the sentiment. Again, this is going to give that chipboard-like appearance. Now all we have to do is assemble the card. To create the card base, I've got an 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece of cardstock here. I'm going to score it down the center at 4.25 inches and then just fold that in half. That's our card base. The embossed panel is going to glue directly to the front of our card base. I'm using a little liquid adhesive. Line that up, press that into place, and then we can start adhering our focal point. I'm going to line that center piece up, kind of like push it into place a little bit, flip this over, add some liquid adhesive, and then adhere this centered in the front of the card front. I'll use the pattern in the background there to help me get it centered. For the sentiment, again, just a little liquid adhesive, and then adhere that directly in the center as well. And that's going to finish off this card. Now, if you wanted to, you could add some rhinestones or some pearls. You could even add some glossy accents to the lemons. That would look really pretty. I just wanted to keep this nice, simple, and clean. I think that this turned out absolutely beautiful, and I love the texture in the background and then the shine of the heat embossing. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss any of my future videos. Remember, all of the featured products will be listed and linked in the description box below. And as always, I want to thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.